Hey everybody, this is Sam Perkins, the Executive Director at WCTV and the creator of Under the Lights, which is entering our third season. There isn't anything like it on public access stations anywhere in Massachusetts. And it's something that we're tremendously proud of. We get some tremendous help from a couple of really amazing local videographers on a freelance basis. Brando Martinez is incredible. Bobby Diaz is terrific. Sebastian Gaines for Gaines Visuals does terrific work. They all do amazing work on game day for those highlight videos. And Elijah and myself also produce those. You know, Maria Aliberti, who's our programming director and our arts director, does amazing graphic work for us. Matt McMakin, our director of operations, gives input on everything and is fantastic. When it comes to the storyboarding ideas, when it comes to the putting together these sort of profiles and the heart of the show, it's really Elijah and myself. And it's a massive effort during the season. This is the kind of thing that production houses with teams of dozens of people put together. There are nights when I will be here after game day until 3, 4 in the morning cutting up film. It's not something that we can sustain all year. When the season ends, we're all spent. And for me, it's been really meaningful work on a couple of levels. I'm just blown away by all the kids' abilities to come in and open themselves up and tell their stories. You know, we wanted to do it in a way that wasn't exploitative, in a way that wasn't making any kids look bad, because these are kids. When I was a high school athlete, when I was a kid their age, I wouldn't have known what to say in front of a camera. So my hat's off to them for the interviews that they come in and do, the realness, the openness, and just the sharing of their stories. For me, it's gotten me back in touch with the things that I really loved about football. I've had a very complicated relationship with the sport. It meant the world to me in high school. I suffered a really catastrophic knee injury that kind of ended my career. Couldn't watch the sport for, it really took almost basically 20 years for me to get back into it through Under the Lights. And that's been really rewarding. Many of you know in the community that my wife was battling breast cancer, and kind of pouring myself into Under the Lights, and the tremendous support I got from Coach Turner, from the team, from the parents, from everyone. I can't put into words what that meant during her battle. It is a really emotional experience. And there was some doubt and some trepidation heading into this next season, season 3 of Under the Lights, because last year's senior class was huge. It's over 20 kids, and we got to know them over 2 years, our first 2 years of doing this, and really got attached to those kids. Elijah and I, when we were meeting and kind of talking about, okay, so for season 3, how do we kind of pick up the pieces now? We're going to be getting to know all new kids. Really, only Colin Allard has come in and has a lot of camera experience with us. And it was really like, man, how are we going to do it without Mike Lawler, without Ali Abakal, without Dempsey Murphy, without Nick Iasconi, without Ryan Weinstein or Clyde Lambert or Luca Cudia or Christian Febo, Hunter Sands. I could go on. How are we going to do this without those kids? It's going to feel like an emptiness in the room. And so that was a challenge this offseason. But we're really excited about this season for a couple of reasons. One is that along with getting to know a new group of kids and obviously following the football team through the year, we're going to really be featuring the band and the cheerleaders from day one, episode 1. They are a huge part of that game day experience. They pour their heart and their soul into their sport and their art the same way that the football team does. And we've already had a blast getting to know both of those groups. So that's a big thing for us, is having them involved from the beginning. 2, Elijah and I have really spent a lot of time talking about continuing to make it more of a artistic piece. And that means really getting out and location shooting all summer, continuing to do that all year. If you pay attention to this first episode and throughout, hopefully you will notice the amount of time we've put into establishing shots from around town, shots of the different weather and different, appealing things. I use trains all the time for transitions. I hear about it all the time. I know I use those train shots. To me, it's something unique about Wilmington being a small town, having these 2 train lines running through it. And also it's a personal connection between me and my oldest son, Jack. He loved trains when he was little. It's something that we shared together, so I always try to fit those in. We've really put a lot into the art. And we started shooting this season of Under the Lights earlier than any of the previous seasons we've done. We're not perfect, And I'm sure there are going to be things that we're going to look at. I wish we did that better throughout the year. There's going to be things I wish we got this out sooner, or we couldn't do any more, and we couldn't be more proud of it. So with that being said, last season on Under the Lights.